What is good, my people, my peeps? How are you guys doing today? I hope today has been good for you. It's been a much better day for me. So let me just put that on the table right now. I just came out to get me something to eat. But while I'm out here, uh, um, guys, I think I want to start a series called Revelations. And then whatever the title is, I'm going to put behind Revelations. And the reason behind me wanting to start a series called Revelations is because a little bit of what I came to you guys about last night, just being so overwhelmed with thoughts and, you know, what's going on. And instead of being overwhelmed, just say what the thoughts that are coming to me. I think I just should be able to express those thoughts and ideals. And the reason why I want to title it Revelations, because we know from the definition, Revelations means to reveal. And with me saying that Revelations means to reveal, I'm going to reveal something about the Anunnaki tonight. The Anunnaki exposed. Yes. So the title of this live stream is called Revelations, the Anunnaki exposed. And these are thoughts that I have had regarding the Anunnaki because in the times that we are in, there's an abundance of information. And that word has been tossed out and it's just being kicked around on social media. And I've heard it come from people who are knowledgeable and have studied, regarding the Anunnaki and things of that nature. And then I've heard of people who are just kind of regurgitating what they heard. They're parakeeting, right? They're like a parrot. Um, they hear the information and then they're just saying exactly the information that they may have heard from someone who considers themselves in that field as an expertise on the subject matter. Okay, so we have a lot of moving parts when it comes to the Anunnaki, and so even with myself, I have mentioned Nubaru, right? The destroyer, and with me mentioning Nubaru, a lot of what you may hear on social media, they have the Anunnaki associated with Nubaru, the planet, the destroyer that's in the sky. Remember the second sun? Some call it the red Kachina. Many, many different definitions for planet Nubaru. Or is it a spacecraft? So there's many definitions, many reasons why people feel a certain way about it. But today, and so I want you to understand why I'm coming to tell you the revelation that I have come across, and it's deep, guys. This is deep. So when I tell you before you buckle up tight, you see I have them buckle up. You're gonna need to buckle up tight, but before you do that, get comfortable. Go get you something to drink, some juice, something to eat, to snack on, because I don't know how long this live stream is going to go, but I'm going to try to get out the revelation that I came across when I looked into the word Anunnaki. Okay, because I don't want to be one of those people that parakeet, that just regurgitate information that I have heard without doing my own research and without, after doing my research, asking for the Most High's guidance and giving me wisdom to uh, you know, dispense this word correctly, and so that you can go back and do the research regarding the Anunnaki. So today they're exposed. The Anunnaki are exposed, and you know that. And so now I have to tell you, get ready. I hope you went and got your snacks, your chips, whatever. Got the kids, situated. And so now I need you to hold on and buckle up tight, because this is going to be a ride. It's going to be a roller coaster, but it's going to be eye opening, because it blew me away. Let me turn on some light. It literally blew me away when I started digging regarding the Anunnaki. I knew about Nubaru, okay? Knew about that. I've heard about the Anunnaki. And I've watched people in their field. What's going on, sir? Okay, we're moving now. I've watched people in their particular field who have studied the Anunnaki. And so, without further ado, I have to start off with, and you already know, I had a vision about maybe 10 months ago. This vision has nothing to do with the Anunnaki, or maybe it does. Or maybe it does. I'll let you be the judge of that, okay? So, what I'm not going to do, I would never intentionally try to put anybody down because they use terminology that they've heard, and to make myself boast myself up or place myself on a pedestal, would never do that, okay? So, I want understanding, and I hope the people on my platform also are seeking for understanding, not only regarding target individuals, but regarding what's going on in this realm that you're in this illusion that you are in, and we know it as the Matrix. I hope they got the salad I want. Ooh, yeah, I'm gonna get that. And so, I hope that's what you are here to seek out. And so let me get into it. So many months ago, I came on live, but I had to delete that live because I had music on it, so I deleted it. But I came on live, and it was actually, I came on to thank you all as my subscribers, and it was when I had hit 700 subscribers. Okay, I had was sitting on the couch, and I hit 700 subscribers. You know how YouTube sends you a notification saying you have hit so many subscribers. And I was like, oh, cool. But and it was like in the same time frame, just about, I had got notifications that this video was copyright. It was just, YouTube was doing a lot a few months ago. Hold on for a minute, guys. I'll wait till they come to the window. So YouTube was doing a lot of just, you know how these platforms can get sometimes. So I went and I had to delete a lot of content that had music on it, and so on and so forth. But I remember that day because I had got 700 subscribers, and I was thanking you guys, and I did. Yes, sir. Can I get the Asian salad? Sensational. Fried or grilled? Grill, please. And that'll be it. Ma'am, by the way, if we don't have the teriyaki station. Oh, you don't have the sauce for it? Give me honey mustard. You want honey mustard on drizzle across, or you just? Say that again? Did you want the honey mustard drizzle across or no? No, I'll do it myself. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. No problem. You said just the fries for this, right? Yeah, just the salad. Is you want everything on it? Yes, everything on it, please. All right, it's going to be 11.98 for you. Okay, thank you. Sorry about that, guys. I have to get something to eat. And I was thinking, I need a salad. And a little protein, so y'all don't, Let's get back to the message at hand. The Anunnaki exposed. Revelation. So I'm going to do some series regarding revelations, because I have told you guys I get stuff and it comes to me like puzzle pieces. So anyway, several months ago, I thanked you all when I got 700 subscribers, and but that same day, I I had a vision. I was sitting on the couch after I had woke up and saw the 700 subscribers, and and now a vision is when you're awake, but you still can see a message, a visual message. It's like you're dreaming, but you're not dreaming. And so I saw the vision, and in this vision, and this it has to do with the Anunnaki. Okay, so the Anunnaki today are going to be exposed, and I want to hear from you. I want to see if what I have, the revelation I have come across, is it valid? What do you think? So please feel free to interact with this live stream. If this is not for you, please keep it pushing, because I'm here to seek out the truth. Okay. So in this vision, I awoke and I was walking, right? I was walking like on a street. I don't know where I was in particular. I was in like an earthly realm, perhaps Earth, but I was walking, and I had on all white. Okay, I had on like all white, but it was flowy. It was like a flowy gown, but it was like maybe I had leggings underneath it. But it was a flowy gown, but it looked like I was like a warrior. Okay. But it was very like an elegant warrior. That's how I got to describe it. Okay. And I had this massive long, like a massive long sword with me. Okay. This is in the vision I had several months ago. And I had this massive long sword with me, and I'm walking. But as I'm walking, I can sense two massive beings to the left and to the right of me. Okay. And these beings are huge, right? And so when I look to the left and I look to the right, they're walking with me, like they're guarding me, or they're like we're part of an army or something. Okay. So these two massive beings, which I knew now, in this vision, I knew there were two massive beings, but I also knew that they were angels. Okay. In this dream, in this vision that I had several months ago, I also knew that they were angels. And so as I'm walking with all white on, this sword, and I look to the left and right and see the being. So I look up because I want to see their faces. I want to see the faces of these angels. And so this is how tall these angels were. So when I look up to get a glimpse of the angels' faces that are walking with me, I could not see their faces. This is how tall these angels were. I looked to the other side to see if I could see the other angel's face, but I could not. There, it was almost as if they were reaching through the clouds. That's how tall they were. Okay, so I couldn't see their faces. I just knew that they were angels and they were walking with me. I need you to, matter of fact, we're going to pause because I need you to get a piece of paper and a pen to take notes, because this is going to be a timeline and puzzle pieces. So get a piece of paper. You had a presentation? Yes. Your total is $11.90. So go ahead and grab a piece of paper and a pen, because you're going to need to take these notes and kind of put it in chronological order so that this puzzle piece of this revelation can make sense to you later, when you look over it. Okay. If you don't have anything to put in the comments. Thank you. Okay. So I was walking and I couldn't see these angels' faces, right? So, but when I looked up, I looked behind me because it felt as if there was more there was there was more activity behind me. Okay, so I looked up to see the angels, couldn't see them, and I looked behind me, but I looked in the sky, right? And there were like spacecraft, like flying saucers. There were just spacecraft all in the sky, guys, all in the sky. And I woke up, or I came out of that vision. Okay, now I hope you took thank you, you too. um Hold on, let me make sure I got some salt in here. Okay. um so I woke up, or I came out of that vision. And I looked up that vision, guys, and I looked up everything, because, like, if you have a dream or vision, you should always, if you want to understand your dreams or visions, and you don't need an interpreter. I mean, it might help if you don't have the full understanding, but you can use in the Bible to help you with your interpretation of your dreams or visions that you may be having. And it would help to discern them, because then you can know if they're coming from the Most High or not. Okay, so I came from this vision, and I was like, wow, it was impressive. It was an impressive vision. And I told you guys, and I kept going, but I always knew that angels were tall beings. Okay, angels, and they're tall. They're massive. Okay. They can shape shift. Okay, into anything really, um, because that's their gifts, right? Hold on. So they can pretty much shape shift into men. You know, doves. You know how the Holy Spirit came down when Yahushua got baptized. So we know. I'm sorry if I'm sweating. It's kind of warm in here. We know that angels can shapeshift, but they're the way they look are they're not how we know them. Like Valentine's Day is coming up, and you may see a lot of cupids, those little cute little angels. That is not how angels look. I have to get my notes. So I hope you got a pen and piece of paper so that you can take these notes real quick. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to get into this. I'm going to try to break this down as best as I can. When exposing the Anunnaki. So remember that I had a vision of two massive angels, huge, humongous angels. So before we continue, I want you to understand that the angel sizes are mentioned in the Bible, okay? And the angel sizes, the height of the angels. If you go to Revelations 27:17, it mentions how tall angels are. So it says that the angels' height are 144 cubits high. And there's something about that 144, because that's like the 144,000. But the height, it is mentioned of angels in the Bible, and it's mentioned that they are 144 cubits tall. So that equals to 216 feet tall. Okay, get your measuring tape out. I don't think you got it. I don't think you got it. Let me tell you one more time. They 216 feet tall. That's how tall an angel is. Okay. Put this down. Matter of fact, because my notes are all over the place. I was so excited when this revelation came to me. So, matter of fact, I want to go in order too. So I'm going to rip a piece of paper off the back. So just in case you have a question or a comment, you can I can make sure we're on track together. How I broke this down. So I told you about the dream. Well, vision. Okay. And then I said that we're exposing the Anunnaki today. Okay, Revelation, we're exposing the Anunnaki. And so I told you about, hold on, let me put expose. I told you about the height of an angel. So angels are very big creatures. They're very big heavenly creatures of the Most High. And so they are, angels are 144 feet, 44 cubits mentioned in Revelations tall. That equals to 216 feet. So angels. Let me put this down. I hope you guys are writing down this because it might be a quiz later. Okay. So angels are mentioned in Revelations 27:17. And if anyone wants to help, you can drop these books of the Bible that I'm mentioning in the comments if you want to participate that way. I would appreciate it. So, and just put angels, a mention of angels' height, Revelations 27:17. So we know angels are 144 cubits high. That equals to 217 feet. Okay, so let's expose these Anunnakis. I have come into the truth. It's been a few years now, but it's relatively new to me, and a lot of information has come to me that I did not know before. And so I am still in the process of learning, and I don't think any of us can truly say that we know everything. Okay, because when coming into the truth, I did not know that God, for instance, God, is a title, right? That is not the name of God. That is the title. So you can be, when you say God, you can be referencing any God. So that's why I choose to say the Most High God, so that you all know whom I believe in. And that's going to be another revelation series that I'm going to touch upon later, but not in this series tonight. Tonight we're exposing the Anunnaki. And so I'm talking about titles now. So God, his name, that's not his name. That's a title. Okay. How about Lord? That's a title. That's not, when people say Lord, some of them are referencing Jesus. But that is a title. Back in biblical times, some wives reference to their husband as Lord because he's the head of the household. So they would reference him as, yes, Lord. Okay, that is not calling him God or putting him above Yahushua. That is just a title of his being the head of the house, over the head of the family. So that title is Lord. Okay, so we got that. So we understand about titles, right? We understand about names. See, Yahushua, that is his name, not Lord. And some of you guys know it as Jesus. That is not his name. It is Yahushua. And some people say it a little different than I said. I say Yahushua, and I spell it as such. And you can look it up as such. Okay, so those are names. Yahushua is the name of the actual person. Okay. The Most High God is the name. He goes by many other names as well, but it is not God. Okay. So I hope you are clear on that. So that's titles. How about if I told you the Anunnaki? They're getting exposed tonight. And that word Anunnaki is a title. Just a title. Just like Lord, just like God, it is simply a title. But this, I'm telling you, this is going to be a bumpy roller coaster. It's going to be eye-opening. It blew me away because I don't just listen to what people say. I research information, okay? And this is the time for you to be doing such things as well. So I want you to hear, I'm gonna let you hear a couple of things. I'm not gonna show it because you know how they get down. So Anunnaki is a title, guys. It is not the name of a particular um, dimensional being, because you know that you are in a dimension. Okay, the ones who know, the ones who are studying, who are showing themselves to be approved, they know that they are in a dimension. This is a dimension, and they know that the Most High is in another dimension, several dimensions away from us. So that would make the Most High a multi-dimensional being. Okay, and for me, I have to just segue really quick. I can't really understand, and I had a hard problem. Understanding people. When I say, hold on. When I say I was earlier in my awakening, I was running from demons. That's what I truly meant. Like this demon that just came. I'm in an empty parking lot, and this demon that just came and parked over here. And just so you can see this demon over here, I'm gonna show you. Hold on. Sorry about that. I came over here so that I can tell you guys about the revelation, and I'm only gonna do this one time and one time only. Do you see this car over here? And I hope you can see the person in it. He's moving his. I am in an empty parking lot, guys. It is nighttime. Matter of fact, let me get out. We're gonna get to the exposure, me exposing these Anunnaki. But I just want y'all to see this parking lot is empty. That car is, y'all see this over there? And this demon came and parked right there. Yeah, I'm talking about you, demon. They don't want the truth to be out. They don't want the truth to be out, but it's coming out. It's coming out. Sorry about that. That was just a quick intermission to show you that these gang stalkers are truly demonic. Get your papers. I'm gonna get back on track. The Anunnaki exposed. Let's recap really quick for people who are coming in, who may just have come in. I'm exposing the Anunnaki tonight. This is a revelation. I'll be doing some series regarding revelations. That'll be the first title, the first word, and then from there you'll know what the revelation is. Revelation only means to reveal. Okay, the Anunnaki. I told you guys about a vision that I had regarding several tall angels walking beside me, walking in white. I had a sword. I woke up from that vision. Now we're exposing the Anunnaki. Okay, and we talked about how tall angels are. Angels are in Revelations. If you want to look this up, Revelations. Matter of fact, I'll put it in the chat. My doggone self. Revelations 27:17 talks about how tall the angels are. Okay, so if you want to look that up for yourself, you can. And they're 144 feet tall. Revelations 27:17. 17. So 144 cubics is 216 feet tall, my friends. 216 feet in height. That's huge. So we know that the angels are tall. So let me put it right here because I want you guys to have it. So y'all bear with me. I told you guys to buckle up, hold on tight, because I'm going to take you on a journey of truth and revelation. Okay, so I'm typing this in. But if anybody would like to help, that, and put these in as I go. I think I only have a couple tonight just to validate this discussion. Okay. So hold on for a minute. How tall are angels? Okay, so I just put it in the chat. Hopefully, there you go. So I just put it in the chat. Hello. I pray that you stay in divine protection. Oh yeah, honey, I am in divine protection. Yes, indeed. Thank you. You new here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you for speaking out on this truth and wickedness. You are more than welcome. So angels are huge creatures. The Anunnaki, they're getting exposed tonight. Titles. God is a title. God is a title. The Lord is a title. Anunnaki is a title. Okay? A title of beings. Okay? So I'm going to let you listen to an expert in that particular field. Okay, so this is how you do research. When you want to look up something that's been circulating around and it's just hot on the presses, and you want to find out for yourself for it to be true. So let me cue this up really quick so y'all can hear this. Let's get to it. So this person that I'm going to get ready for you all to, oh, my battery went dead. This person I'm going to let you guys listen to is an expert in his field as far as he has studied, space. He has studied the emerald tablets and things of that nature. Okay. So, I'm going to let you listen to Billy Carson, okay? And he's going to talk a little bit about the Anunnaki. So remember, we just talked about the Anunnaki are just what? The name is just a title. So here we go. Let you hear him.
And what the Anunnaki actually are. They tend to want to give the Anunnaki a specific gender or race in a lot of cases.
Okay, hold on for a minute.
Because a lot of people get confused about who and what the Anunnaki actually are. They tend to want to give the Anunnaki a specific gender or race in a lot of cases, but it's not. Anunnaki, the term, it's a term, it's not a name. The term Anunnaki is actually a generalized term to describe beings that are not from Earth. Right, so if you and I travel to another solar system, or maybe even to Mars, we met Martians, and they say, "Hey guys, where are you from?" We're not going to say Miami, right? My name is Billy Carson, and I'm a male from Miami, Florida. They're going to be like, "Who?" We're just going to say Earthlings. And so the term Anunnaki, the way it was defined by the Sumerians, it was that it's a generalized term of those who came from heaven to earth. And that term has made it into many other texts in various alterations. Even in the Bible, it says they call them the Anak, the A-N-A-K, and they're calling these people megalithic giants. They say that these people are so big that we were grasshoppers in their eyesight. That's in the Bible. In ancient Egypt, they call them Minitiru. They say that the gods who came from heaven to earth, same exact terminology, and turned mud into a kingdom. Now, when you look deeper into where these people came from, you start to go through a lot of various different texts, and you begin to realize it's not just one group of people that came from one planet. It appears to be a group of people that came from multiple planets, even multiple solar systems.
Okay.
According to the
So we're going to pause right there. I hope that you took that information in, because he said a lot. He said a lot in a little bit of time. And I caught a lot of what he said. And we don't want to fall for the great deception that is going to come upon us, right? He said a lot in a little bit of time. First of all, he broke down that the Anunnaki, that is a title, okay? That is a title of beings that came from other planets here, and they started a kingdom, okay? Huge beings. And the Sumerians, let's write down Sumerians. Write down the word Sumerians, and we're gonna listen to him one more time. But he mentioned the Sumerians. Let me get some different pens. So we got the title down. Anunnaki title equals title. Not who they are. These are beings from other multidimensional realms. Okay, so that's just a title of beings that's not from here. E.T. Call them E.T. if you want to. Okay, Anunnaki title. Huge. And we already know angels are what? Huge. Okay, but I'm not saying that the angels and the Anunnaki are one and the same, because there are multidimensional beings. There are galaxies. There are places. And I was saying before this demon interrupted me, hold on for a minute, that I have a problem with people who say they believe in the Most High and don't believe that there's other realms and dimensions. Let me say that one again. I have a problem with people who say they believe in the Most High God, but don't understand that there are other realms and dimensions. That is like the people who on this planet were saying, no, there's not aliens. And now you got everybody running around here with their head cut off like a chicken talking about there's aliens in the mall. Okay? I have a problem with people who say that they are believers in the Most High God and can't understand that there's demonic entities. Okay? I have a problem with those type of people. What are you believing in then? Because the thing that you say you believe in is not here in this realm. Okay? Oh, Lord, I'm going to have to go get some light. Hold on. We're going to have to move. We're going to have to move to a lit area. Over there. So we got to move it. So I have a problem with people like that. I'm going to just let that be known, right? Because how you believe in something that has supernatural properties, supernatural powers, but you don't believe that you've been just sitting there? You ain't got now blinker on, but you just been sitting there. Where you going? Nope, I'm not even going that way. Psych. I'm gonna let you go. But you say you believe in a supernatural being. Man, if that is not I'm gonna go ahead and go. What are you doing, dude? You have plenty of time to go. Let me go. Let me go. So people who say they believe in the Most High but don't believe that there are different realms, different dimensions, different beings, question that. Question that. Okay? So here we go. We're gonna get into this. As soon as I get by some light. So y'all can hear what the heck going on. Let me pull over here. I have to get some gas. Can y'all see? Yeah, I think this is enough light. Let me back up. Okay. So you have to understand, you are not alone.
Did Michael tell y'all? You are not alone. Okay, so we just heard from Billy Carson, and he was saying that there are the Anunnaki is a title, just like Lord, just like God. It's simply a title, my friends. Okay. Let me get back on track because I don't want to lose you. So when he was talking, he mentioned where did the title come from. Where did the title come from? It came from the Sumerians, right? From the Sumerians. And now, if you know anything about the Sumerians, they are mentioned in the Bible. But he mentioned a couple of things. He said a whole lot when he was talking. And this man, and trust me, I'm only bringing him out and mentioning his name because he's an expertise in what he does. Okay, he studied the emerald tablets. He studied science and things in space. As a matter of fact, he discovered he calls it the Black Knight satellite. I believe that's a moving image out beyond in the stars somewhere. Okay, so that is his field of expertise. Okay, so I'm bringing him into this discussion tonight regarding revelations. Okay, guys, and he mentioned Samaria. So we got to get Samaria. We got to write that down. And I already have it on my notes, but I want to put it in order of this conversation. Samaria is mentioned in the Bible, okay? But he also mentioned a couple of other things. He mentioned Anunnaki, okay? He mentioned Anunnaki. And if you remember in the Bible where they reference giants, and they referenced it in Numbers. So I'm going to give you that Numbers 13:33. So they went into the doggone land of giants, basically, and they came back with a report. The Israelites, the people of the land, came back with a report and saying that we can't go into this land. This is the promised land. We can't go here because there's nothing but giants over there in that land. Y'all, I know y'all heard that story in Sunday school. Okay, so you heard the report coming back. We are as grasshoppers in their sight. There are giants in this land. We can't go. And they are descendants of Anunnaki. So you can find that the descendants of Anunnaki, they're referencing the giants in that land of the descendants of Anunnaki. And that's in Numbers 13:33. I'm going to put this up here. And if you want to type it in the chat and help us with that, that's fine too. Hold on. That's fine too. So in Numbers 13:33, this is where you can find it in the Bible regarding referencing of the giants and Anunnaki, what Billy just told you about. So we have, let me see. And Numbers. 13:33. You're gonna have. You can find. Find the mention of Anunnaki, these giants who descended from Anunnaki. And then I put this giant. And that might help you. These are just notes. Let me put notes on here because people be acting brand new. Going up like brand new. Okay, so that's in there. Okay, so we have the giants referenced in the Bible. Anak is who they descended from. Anak. Okay. And where did the name come from? The Anunnaki. Where does the Anunnaki name come from? The Anunnaki name came from the Sumerians. Okay. So the Sumerians coined the term, the title of these beings that came down from heaven or from outer space, and they called them the Anunnaki. Okay. Now this is very important. This is very important when I say when we move to Samaria, when we get ready to talk about Samaria. Okay, I want you guys to hear this play one more time. I can't. It's unbelievable to me. They got the choppers out and everything. Chopper stop, chop chop. They got the choppers out and everything. Okay, so this is Billy Carson. He's going to tell you about Anunnaki.
Who and what the Anunnaki actually are. They tend to want to give the Anunnaki specific gender or race in a lot of cases, but it's not. Anunnaki, the term, it's a term. It's not a name. The term Anunnaki is actually a generalized term to describe beings that are not from Earth. Right, so if you and I travel to another solar system, maybe even to Mars, we met Martians, and they say, "Hey guys, where are you from?" We're not going to say Miami, right? My name is Billy Carson, and I'm a male from Miami, Florida. They're going to be like, "Who?" We're just going to say Earthlings. And so the term Anunnaki, the way it was defined by the Sumerians, is that it's a generalized term of those who came from heaven to earth. And that term has made it into many other texts in various alterations. Even in the Bible, it says they call them the Anak, the A-N-A-K, and they're calling these people megalithic giants. They say that these people are so big that we were grasshoppers in their eyesight. That's in the Bible. And ancient Egypt, they call them Ninitiru. They say that the gods who came from heaven to earth, same exact terminology, and turned mud into a kingdom. Now, when you look deeper into where these people came from, you start to go through a lot of various different texts, and you begin to realize it's not just one group of people that came from one planet. It appears to be a group of people that came from multiple planets, even multiple solar systems, according to the ancient text, not according to Billy Carson. So you dig deeper into this, you start looking at the Enuma Elish and the seven tablets of creation from the Sumerian tales, the Epic of Gilgamesh, the Epic of Atrahasis.
Okay.
And then
I want to pause it there because I hope you heard him say, if you look into this, if you look into the emerald tablets, if you look into the Sumerians, this is very important for you to write down Sumerians, because Sumerians is also mentioned in the Bible. Okay, and that's a very important point that he brought out, and I would love to speak with him too. I don't even know if he has realized what he has said. So many people love to, and trust me, I do understand, but so many people love to say the Bible is not true. The Bible is not real. Now, we understand. I hope by now you understand that the Bible has been manipulated and it will continue to be manipulated. Okay? But there is a divine source for the words that are written down in today's Bible. These words and the information that you do have did come from a divine source, the Most High. Okay? I need you to understand that. I'm sorry, guys. It's wintertime, and so my lips stay chapped. Okay? Because of the dry weather. So, excuse me. So the word and the information comes from a divine source. Okay? And a lot of people say, well, there was more information before. Y'all gonna have to just bear with there's no light. Because if I go to the house, the lights is gonna I'll start the car up in a minute while I talk. When I show you something. So when you listen to people, some people say, well, the Bible has there's text older than the Bible, like the emerald tablets, like he just mentioned. There's texts that are older than the Bible that are mentioned before the Bible. And so you have the emerald tablets. And in the emerald tablets, you hear of the story of Gilgamesh. And you hear of the Great Flood. Now, this is very important, and I need you to write down Samaria. This is where the emerald tablets were found. The emerald tablets that he has written about, the emerald tablets that he has studied. He has wrote a book regarding this. The great, what is it called? It's called Gilgamesh, the Great Tales of Gilgamesh. And I'll let you hear him say it again. And the Great Flood. And they say, well, there was two floods because the Great Flood of Gilgamesh that was written before the Bible, before the information in the Bible, there was this, the Sumerians wrote of this information. Samaria, write it down. I'm going to say it a couple of times. So this information was already written by the Sumerians. And so that's why people feel that so much information. So then you have those emerald tablets. You have the Dead Sea Scrolls that were, dug up so many years later. And then you have, and all of this information was compiled into the Bible. And with the problem people have with the Bible and the information from the Sumerians is the fact that the Sumerians and the Bible, the time, the space, even with the Dead Sea Scrolls, the time and the space. But what we have to understand is this is an illusion that we are in. This is the times and everything have been manipulated, okay? So when you think so much time has passed between events, not necessarily, okay? So you have to have that understanding. How much gas do I have? I think I need to roll to the house. So you have to have that understanding that the times and the you know how they like to carbon date stuff, and that really doesn't really give a true estimate of the time of between events in our lifespan, our lifeline, in this timeline. Okay, so Samaria is where the stories first originated regarding anything about even talking about Jesus, because he was even mentioned in the Sumerian text. Everything that you have heard about in the Bible was mentioned in the Sumerian text. And so I'm going to keep saying I need for you to write down Samaria, because it is very important when we're talking about exposing the Anunnaki. And part of that has already been exposed by simply saying Anunnaki is a title. It is a label. It is not the beings. There are different beings. Even in your Bible, you should know that there are entities that are evil. Okay? So let's move on. I hope you have Anunnaki written down. You just heard Billy Carson talk about the Anunnaki. And let me see if I can get it back to get it back to where he talks about the Sumerians. So
even multiple solar systems, according to the ancient text, not according to Billy Carson.
I should go part.
So you dig deeper into this, you start looking at the Enuma Elish and the seven tablets of creation from the Sumerian tales, the Epic of Gilgamesh.
Okay, the Epics of Gilgamesh. Excuse me. It's called the Epics of Gilgamesh from the Sumerian text. Okay. Put Billy away for a minute. Okay. Samaria. Write it down. We're gonna move on. Let me get my notes together. Why do I keep saying that Samaria is very important? Why do I keep saying Samaria is very important? Does Samaria even ring a bell with anybody? Are there anybody in here who has looked or read the Bible, has ever heard of Samaria before? Because we're gonna have to go to Samaria so you can get the understanding. Let me move because this person is a knucklehead. Ain't got nothing to do, nothing better to do with their life. Nothing better to do. They can't even look at you, y'all. They can't even look at you. Oh, Lord. Y'all can't tell me some of these people ain't, they're not demonic. You can't tell me they ain't. Oh, hold on. Can I plug this light up in here? You can't tell me some of these people aren't demonic. So Samaria, if anybody knows of Samaria or know anything of the Bible, have you ever heard of the woman in the well? The woman at the well. Have you ever heard of that terminology? The woman at the well. Come on, don't be afraid to participate. Okay, let me help you guys out. Hold on, let me pull over right here. Let me help you guys out. The woman at the well is mentioned in the Bible. And this woman who's at the well, hold on, let me juggle y'all for a minute. This woman who's mentioned that's at the well, she is from Samaria. Isn't that interesting? I thought this might work. It's not going to work. Yeah. She is from Samaria. Okay? I love how when I move away from Gang Stalkers, how the numbers of viewers drop. But you should stay tuned so that you can learn something for your salvation. That's what you should do. Okay? So, the woman at the well was mentioned her in the Bible, and she lived in Samaria. Okay? How about those apples? Let me turn this car off. How about those apples? So you got Samaria on the map, and it's biblical. Okay? And it's biblical. Samaria is on the map. We have the woman at the well. So let me tell you something about the woman at the well. And it blows me away that how this was taught in churches and how it just blows me away. So let me get into it. If you heard of the story of the woman at the well in church, the woman at the well was was there drawing water. And Yahushua, most of you guys may know him as Jesus, he went to the well. He went to that particular well to speak to that particular woman. Okay? And she was a Sumerian woman. Okay? Now, what this revelation and all of this about the Anunnaki drove me to all of this studying and the information that I'm bringing to you. I am somewhat disturbed and upset, perturbed, pissed off, whatever you want to call it, due to the fact of how the patriarchy have portrayed the woman at the well in that story, when it's much, much deeper than how they portrayed her. Because if you've ever been in churches, the woman at the well was the one they always talked about. Oh, she had 5 husbands. And Yahushua, Jesus, went to the well and told her of herself, let her know, he knew of her and her 5 husbands. But there was nobody around because he saw it in the spirit, okay? He saw it in the spirit that she had 5 husbands. But y'all, let me say this. In a way, I'm glad for this awakening because that was not his main intent. Holla back. That was the main focus at first in a lot of pastors' sermons about how this woman had 5 husbands because she slept with 5 different men. Okay? So she had 5 husbands, and he could see that in the spirit. I'm going to let you guys hear that story about the woman in the well and her being from Samaria. And it's very important that you hear about her being from Samaria. And you know what? I'm going to let you listen to the story, and then I'm going to tell you where Samaria is round up and about. Okay? So let me get it queued up real quick. The woman at the well. And I find it so intriguing to just do my own research because in so many societies, they would have you think that the woman has no value, right? And it is so intriguing to me when you study the word. The Most High has revealed himself in this realm, and his announcement made in this realm was always through a woman. Okay, the announcement of his birth was made to his mother from an angel, archangel. The message was given to Mary. So the woman at the well has more. She should have more respect when these sermons are given regarding her, because you see, after Yahushua did his studies, he went and saw the woman at the well, and he revealed to the woman at the well that he was the Messiah that is here to come and be the bridge to your salvation. She was the first one he revealed it to. It wasn't one of the disciples, a male, or a priest, or someone along those lines. It was the woman at the well who had the 5 husbands that he saw in the spirit. But the thing about this Sumerian woman is what had confused me every time I heard of the story of the woman at the well and that she was a Sumerian woman. I thought that the Sumerians were different than the Jews. Now, mind you, people that resided in Samaria, some were different, but they were Jewish people in Samaria. Ooh, it's deeper than you thought you knew. It is the same as you Israelites that are waking up here in America And you're coming to the understanding that you are Israel. Okay? You are coming to the understanding that you are Israel. So you're not African American and you're not black. You are from a nation, and you are Israel. You are a descendant of Jacob. Okay? You're a descendant of Adam. It's Abraham, well, Adam too, but Abraham. Okay? So this is getting deep. So I hope you are ready for this information. So this woman at the well story that you probably have heard in your churches and how it had been presented to you was that she was a Sumerian woman. And she was a woman who had 5 husbands because she had slept with 5 different men. And the Most High discerned her spirit at this well. But you didn't hear about the Most High chose to go to this Sumerian woman who was a descendant of Israel. What did you say, Nicole? What did you write down Samaria? I need to know. Did you get your piece of paper and write down Samaria? You see, the woman at the well is related to Israel. Holla back. Yahweh Shai went to the well after his comings up, after he, was a young child getting his learning, his understanding, before anyone said he was the Messiah. Before he made the announcement, he went to the woman at the well who was a descendant, who was Israel. Okay? And I'm going to make it plain for you all. We're going to listen to that interaction regarding the woman at the well. Because her cousin was who? Jacob. He was Israel. He was a Jake. Okay? The problem with Samaria, the conflict with Samaria is when the Israelites came out of Israel, when they were delivered from the Exodus out of Egypt, and they wandered in the wilderness for 40 years because they couldn't get it together. And Joseph led them into the new land, and they went in and they had a mountain that they worshiped on. And the Sumerians, who are part of Israel, wanted to continue worshiping on this mountain, but a temple was built somewhere else where they were told that they would have to travel to worship at the temple. No longer would they worship at the mountain. This was a divide from your cousins, your bloodline, that is Sumerian Israel. And this was not made plain, at least, let me not say for you all, but at least it was not made plain for me. Because, see, the woman at the well, that Sumerian woman, when I heard the sermons and everything about the woman at the well, the message I can only relate and understand, because it kept coming over, that she had 5 husbands. Basically, that this woman slept around. And that she was a Sumerian woman. That which made it seem like the Sumerians were not part of us, not part of the so-called chosen or the so-called righteous ones. And that's all a lie, because that was all the misunderstanding of your teachers. That Sumerian woman was the first person Yahweh Shai went to tell about he is the Messiah, and he has come to let her know, I give you everlasting water. Drink from me. He knew about her struggles, what she went through, why she didn't want her first husband, what happened, how he treated her. How Yahweh Shai knew about the second husband, the love of her true life. You see, you didn't hear it like that. You didn't hear the woman at the well's story like that. You didn't hear the woman at the well story in these churches and on these platforms as one of your cousins, one of your relatives, chosen ones. You didn't hear it like that. You only heard of her infidelities. You only heard that she came from Samaria. And I keep telling you Samaria because we are talking about exposing the Anunnaki tonight. The woman at the well is a Sumerian woman who Yahushua chose to reveal that he is the living Christ. He is the life water. That's she was at the well, and she deserved the drink from the water. A woman who he knew her struggle. The Bible, I tell you, yes, has been manipulated. The Bible has been used as a tool to be used for oppression. So let's get into the Sumerian woman. Israel, let's get into hearing about your cousin, your family member, okay? A Sumerian woman, the woman at the well. We need to understand, you need to follow along, pencil and paper, Samaria. Let's hear about her. Let's get through this. Let's plug this up. Let's get the real understanding tonight. Okay? Ugh. This thing don't stop talking and turning around. Oh, here we go.
Did you hear me?
That's bad, huh?
What?
You started over.
Yeah, with you.
Just so you know, what you're getting ready to listen to is an interaction regarding the woman at the well, the Sumerian woman. I am focused on the Sumerian woman. We're exposing the Anunnaki tonight, which is just a term, which is just a title. We've already gone there. Now we are talking about a Sumerian woman because Samaria was brought up into the Anunnaki and the name Anunnaki, and because the Sumerian people, Israel, y'all ready? Just mind blowing. Israel, should I say it like that? Jake, the Sumerians gave that name, the Anunnaki, to these beings that came down. The Sumerians gave these beings that name, the Anunnaki. Okay? It is a title of beings that came down. Let's get into it. This is the woman at the well.
You give me a drink? Did you hear me?
That's bad, huh?
What?
You, with you. You put a drink for me as a medicine? And a woman?
I'm sorry. I should have said please.
And it's not safe for you to be alone out here?
Nor you. I happen to come with others. Why so late in the day? Don't women come to the wells in the cool of the morning?
Yeah, well, none of them will be seen with me, so
Why won't they be seen?
long story.
I'd still like a drink of water if you can spare it.
Anything what a parched throat will do. Aren't I unclean to you? Won't you be defiled by this vessel?
Maybe some of my people say that about your women, but I don't.
Yeah? What do you say?
Let me pause it. Get your pencils and papers out so you can hear. Won't you be defiled by my vessel? Listen close. We already heard that she's the Sumerian woman. The Sumerians are the people who gave the Anunnaki that title, the people who came from the upper regions, outer space, the other realms, the other dimensions. Let's get into it.
I said if you knew who I am, you'd be asking me for a drink.
Really?
And I would give you living water.
Would. Except that you have nothing to draw water with, and this is a deep well. Besides, what do you need from me if you have your own supply of living water?
Wrong story.
But Jewish water is better than Samaritan water.
That's not what I said.
Are you a better man than our ancestor Jacob?
Oh,
Doug is this well?
hold on. Hold on. Did you hear that? She said, the Sumerian woman said, are you more better or more precious than our ancestor Jacob? Jake. Do you know who Jake is? Jacob? Let me break that down really quick. There was a mother. Her name was Sarah. She was married to a man named Abraham. You know, Father Abraham had many sons. And she was pregnant. She had 2 twins in her stomach. One was Jake, one we know as Edom. Jacob, Esau. This woman at the well, the Sumerian woman, her cousin's name is who? Jacob. Let me rewind that real quick. Listen up. Take notes.
Besides, what do you need from me if you have your own supply of living water?
Wrong story.
But Jewish water is better than Samaritan water.
That's not what I said.
Are you a better man than our ancestor Jacob, who dug this well? Your water is better than his?
I know Jacob. And everyone who drinks this water will thirst again. But whoever drinks the water that I give him will never be thirsty again.
Wouldn't that be nice?
The water I give will become in a person a spring of water, welling up to eternal life.
Really?
Yes, really.
Prove it.
First, go and call your husband and come back. I will show you more.
I didn't have a husband.
You are right. You've had 5 husbands. And the man you're living with now is not your husband.
Oh, I see. You're a prophet. You're here to preach at me. Usually the one good thing about coming here alone is I can escape being condemned.
I'm not here to condemn you.
I've made mistakes.
Hold on. Let me.
Like you.
What did he say? I'm not here to condemn you. But let's continue. I want y'all to get in your understanding that this woman is from Samaria. Okay? I want you to understand that Sumerians gave the terminology Anunnaki. The Sumerians are the ones that had the emerald tablets, the first writings of Jesus, the first writings of creation, the first writings of the flood. The Sumerians, your cousins, Israel. The woman at the well is Sumerian. Her cousin is who? Jacob. Let's get it.
It would make it impossible for me to do anything about it. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain. But you Jews insist Jerusalem is the
Now
only
listen to
place
this. This is where you're going to get confused. You Jews said to worship in a temple. He's going to break it down and tell her we worship everywhere. This is in spirit and in truth, baby. I came to tell you. And why you think he came to tell her? Come on now, we need to put it together. Because she's thinking she's somebody else. She's thinking she's somebody else, just like you Black American folks think you are Black American, African American. You think you somebody else. You Jews. You're not a Jew. You think you somebody else, you African American. That's what the Sumerian woman, you Jews. She don't know who she is. She's in the land. She don't know who she is. But she just said her cousin was Jake. Her cousin was Jacob. She don't know who she is, just like you don't know who you are. You African Americans, you black folks. You don't know who you are in a land of your captivity, waking up, calling yourself African American, separating yourself as you are not a Jew. Just like the Samaritan woman. You went to the church and got the wrong story about this woman. You got the story about her having slept with so many husbands. You didn't pick up on what they was putting down, but I'm picking up the crumbs. I done smushed it back together, so eat. Let's go.
They say that because the temple is there.
Exactly where we're not allowed.
I'm here to break those barriers. And the time is coming when neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem will you worship the Father.
So, where am I supposed to go when I need God? I've never received anything from God, but I couldn't thank Him even if I did.
Anywhere. God is spirit. And the time is coming and is now here. That it won't matter where you worship, but only that you do it in spirit and truth. Heart and mind, that is the kind of worshiper He's looking for. It won't matter where you're from or what you've done.
Hold on. I'll rewind it later. Or what you have done. Y'all just be casting stones out here, I tell you. Y'all be casting stones. Listen up.
Do you believe what I'm telling you?
Until the Messiah comes and explains everything and sorts this mess out, including me, I don't trust in anyone.
You're wrong when you say that you've never received anything from God. This Messiah you speak of, I am He. The first one was named Ramin. You were a woman of purity who was excited to be married, and he wasn't a good man. He hurt you, and it made you question marriage, and even the practice of your faith. The second was Farzad. On your wedding night, his skin smelled like oranges. To this day, every time you pass by the oranges in the market, you feel guilty for leaving him, because he was the only truly godly man you've been with. But you felt unworthy.
Why are you doing this?
I have not revealed myself to the public as the Messiah. You are the first. It would be good if you believed me.
You picked the wrong person.
I came to Samaria just to meet you.
What? Wait a minute. Where is he at? He came where? Just to meet who? Her. He came where? Somebody. Can y'all not gonna participate? Oh, it's too much for you. I understand. He came to Samaria to see this woman. And he broke down exactly how it went down. Your first husband was a dog. Your first husband wasn't about no good dog. I understand you went to your second husband. Who was saying that? Who was saying that to the woman at the well? Yahweh Shai. But you will hear. I won't go there until I'm ready to break it down, and if the Most High leads me to break that down. But who do you say? I can't. I am revealing to you. You are the first to know that I am here. Let's continue.
I'm here in the middle of the day.
I am rejected by others.
I know. But not by the Messiah.
And to know these things because you are the Christ. mountain, the temple?
Soon. Just the heart.
You promise.
I promise.
This man told me everything I've done.
So let me pause. We're going to listen to that again, too, because I'm going to let y'all listen to it without me interrupting, because I want you to get the full understanding. So we've already broke down that Samaria is the land, the people who gave that terminology of the Anunnaki, okay? That name, the Anunnaki, comes from the Sumerian people. The Sumerian people are the first ones to have the emerald tablets. The Sumerian people are the first ones who talked about the great deluge, the flood, the Epic of Gilgamesh. The Sumerian tablets the Sumerian people are the first. Okay, so you may ask, where is Samaria? Okay, I want to say that really quick before I continue so that I won't forget about it. And it just to me, for this revelation regarding exposing the Anunnaki, is very powerful. We know that that's just a name, just like Lord, God. It's just a name that the Sumerian people came up with. They are the developers. They are the inspiration for that name, the Anunnaki, the beings that came from the heavens, the gods that came from the heavens. Those are the Sumerians. Those are the people in your Bible known as the Sumerians, known as the woman at the well. This is to give you an understanding that the Sumerians were mentioned in your biblical text, and the woman at the well is mentioned because more than just that she had 5 husbands. The Most High said, Yahweh said, I don't care about you having your first husband. He wasn't no good. Your second husband, I know he was the love of your life. He smelled like oranges, and you still, when you smell them oranges to this day, you remember your second husband. But your first one, he wasn't no good. He ain't say, just because you married that second husband, you gonna burn in hell. He ain't say none of that. And he said, matter of fact, you the first one I came to see. You who I came to see. You know why he came to see her? Anybody? I know this is getting too deep. This gets too deep. You know why he came to see her? Did you, by any chance? Do you cast your pearls amongst swine? Then he came to save his people first. Y'all better put it together. Didn't the Sumerian woman say, we worship on this mountain? They came out of Egypt. These are descendants from the Israelites who came out. y'all getting it? You understanding? The Sumerians, the Bible, that all came from the Sumerians who are in the Bible because they are the first ones. Yes, it was written on stone, the tablets. Yes, your information was written on the Dead Sea Scrolls, on parchment. What was it called? The reeds. I don't know what that type of paper is called right now. And all of that information was compiled to be your Bible. Hallelujah. Okay? The Sumerians are the ones that coined the term Anunnaki. Okay? The Sumerians, you can find that information if you want to just start with the woman at the well. So that's who we're listening to. And who is she? She is a Jew. He came to save his people first and foremost. And just like she referred to him as a Jew and her as a Sumerian, just like you black folks, you Israel, you didn't know you was Israel in 1999. Half of you was still slumbering and sleep until somebody came and woke you up and told you were Israel. You are not African American. Just like Yahushua went to the woman at the well and told her that she is going to worship anywhere and everywhere. They're not going to have this great divide from them wanting to worship at the mountain, a holy mountain that they knew of in their earlier years. And then Israel went and built a temple, and they said everybody should go to that temple and worship, and the great divide happened. He didn't go just telling a Gentile, this message is for you first. Just like you all as African American, you all as Black folks would be considered Gentiles, but you are, in their terminology, you would be considered the Gentiles, but you are not the Gentiles. You are the Israelites. So we're going to hear about the woman at the well. She didn't even get it together. Her cousin was Jacob. Who is Jacob? Jacob is the brother of Esau. Let's get it. You didn't get this message in church because they was focused on how many men this woman slept with. Let's go.
You give me a drink? Did you hear me?
That's bad, huh?
What?
You would you? Ask for the drink from me, a Samaritan, and a woman.
I'm sorry. I should have said please.
And it's not safe for you to be alone out here.
Nor you. Why haven't you come with others? Why so late in the day? Don't women come to the wells in the cool of the morning?
Yeah, well, none of them will be staying with me, so I have to come with you. And repeat, you have so kindly reminded me.
Why won't they be seen with you?
Long story.
I'd still like a drink of water if you can spare it.
Amazing what a parched throat will do. Aren't I unclean to you? Won't you be defiled by this vessel?
Maybe some of my people say that about your women, but I don't.
Yeah? And what do you say?
I say if you knew who I am, you'd be asking me for a drink.
Really?
And I would give you living water.
Would. Except that you have nothing to draw water with, and this is a deep well. Besides, what you need from me if you have your own supply of living water?
Long story.
But Jewish water is better than Samaritan water.
That's not what I
Are you a better man than our ancestor Jacob, who dug this well? Your water is better than his?
I know Jacob. And everyone who drinks this water will thirst again. But whoever drinks the water that I give him will never be thirsty again.
Wouldn't that be nice?
The water I give will become in a person a spring of water, welling up to eternal life.
Really?
Yes, really.
Prove it.
First, go and call your husband and come back. I will show you both.
I don't have a husband.
You are right. You've had 5 husbands. And the man you're living with now is not your husband.
I see. You're a prophet. If you're to preach with me.
No.
Usually the one good thing about coming here alone is I can escape being condemned.
I'm not here to condemn you.
I've made mistakes. Too many. There's men like you who have made it impossible for me to do anything about it. Our ancestors worshipped on this mountain. But you Jews insist Jerusalem is the only place for true worship.
They say that because the temple is there.
Exactly where we're not allowed.
I'm here to break those barriers. And the time is coming when neither on this mountain nor in Jerusalem will you worship the Father.
Where am I supposed to go when I need help? I've never received anything from God, but I couldn't thank him even if I did.
Anywhere. God is spirit. And the time is coming and is now here. That it won't matter where you worship, but only that you do it in spirit and kingdom worshiper he's looking for. It won't matter where you're from or what you've done. Do you believe what I'm telling you?
Until the Messiah comes and explains everything and sorts this mess out, including me. I don't trust in anyone.
You're wrong when you say that you've never received anything from God. This Messiah you speak of, I am he. The first one was named Ramin. You were a woman of purity who was excited to be married, but he wasn't a good man. He hurt you. It made you question marriage and even the practice of your faith. The second was Farzad. On your wedding night, his skin smelled like oranges. To this day, every time you pass by the oranges in the market, you feel guilty for leaving him, because he was the only truly godly man you've been with. But you felt unworthy.
Why are you doing this?
I have not revealed myself to the public as the Messiah. You are the first. It would be good if you believed me.
You picked the wrong person.
I came to Samaria just to meet you. Do you think it's an accident that I'm here in the middle of the day?
I am rejected by others.
I know. But not by the Messiah.
And in all these things, because you are the Christ. I'm going to tell everyone.
I was counting on it.
Spirit and truth.
Spirit and truth.
It won't be all about mountains or temples.
Soon. Just the heart.
Just a quick recap. Yahushua went to Samaria to talk to the woman at the well who was a Samaritan, who was a Jewish woman, who is Israel, her cousin Jacob, just like you Jakes here in America thinking you are African American and you are not. Okay, and then I wanted to point out one more thing before I move on. What Yahushua was doing at that well, what did he do? He discerned her spirit. He let her know that he knew that she was always in love with her second husband because he was a righteous man and he was a man that she felt guilty about being with. So she left him because she was married before with a man that Yahushua said he was a no good, dirty down, low down dog. Okay? And he understood, and that wasn't what he was there about. Go tell it on the mountain. Tell it that he is here because he is the first to appear to this woman with 5 husbands, who is a Jewish woman who was in Samaria, okay? The Sumerians are the ones who coined the term Anunnaki. The Sumerians are the ones who had the emerald tablets, the original writings of the biblical text you know of as today, partially know of as today. The Sumerians are the first to know and write of these things, such as the flood, the tales of Gilgamesh, the great deluge. The Sumerians that are just like you lost souls here in America and abroad who do not know who you truly are, okay? The woman at the well. When Yahushua came back, he came to save his people first. That is why he revealed himself to the what? Sumerian woman. Let's keep it. Let's go. Okay. Let me tell you about Samaria. Samaria, if you all remember, in the beginning, there was a garden. It was called the Garden of Eden. Okay. And when Adam, Eve, they were kicked out of this particular garden, there were three rivers. I mean, not three, there's four rivers that flow out of the Garden of Eden. Pay attention. This is crucial, because I know you guys don't believe the Bible is true because of all the hands that have gotten their grubby paws on it and used it to their benefits, to oppress. We already know that. The original information came through the Sumerians, okay? How are the Sumerians, first of all, how are they related? The Sumerians, the Israelites of the Sumerians say they are descendants from the Levites, who are in the Bible. They are the part of the 12 tribes of Israel. The Sumerian Israelites are descendants of the Levites, the I don't know how to pronounce this. Ephraim, and Manasseh is Menasseh. These three tribes, they say that, and there's probably more. This is the quick research I did. I just wanted y'all can do the research yourselves too. And then we know Jacob was the cousin. Okay, Jacob is a Jake. Come on now. Come on. She didn't know she was who she was, calling herself Samaria. Okay? So Samaria, I mentioned the four rivers of the rivers that came out of the Garden of Eden. And two of those rivers flowed. They flowed down to Samaria. Do you know the names of those rivers? Anybody? Nobody? Let me keep the party going then. Let me keep the party going. Okay, so if I mess up the pronunciation of these names, please forgive me. So there's two rivers that flow down from, and one of them is very important in today's prophecy. That's a hint. The Tigris River and the Euphrates River. That flow, these are the rivers, these are two of the rivers that flow from the Garden of Eden. They come down, and they come down to where Samaria is, okay? We know this as the so-called Middle East, but there's no such thing as the Middle East. They divided that and labeled it the Middle East to confuse you, okay? These two rivers flow from the Garden of Eden down to Samaria, okay? And they are the Euphrates River and the Tigris River. I mentioned this. The Euphrates River is mentioned in today's prophecy for it to dry up. You know what time it is when that happens, okay? They flow down to Samaria. From these rivers can join, and then they flow down further. Do you know where they flow to? And this has been documented. This, Google it, research it, whatever search engine you want to use. From the Euphrates and the Tigris River flows down to the Fertile Crescent, okay? The Fertile Crescent is known as the cradle of civilization. Okay, my people, my peeps, we know the cradle of civilization is where most people say the wrong name, but they refer it to nobody, Africa. Africa. So the Sumerians are related. They are in conjunction with Israel. Okay? They termed this Anunnaki, the people that came from heaven. Okay? Okay? You see how it's coming together? If you just dig and do some research on your own, what does it say? Study to show yourself approved. Okay? I'm going to do a quick recap I also want to mention, and these are things I'm going to throw out here. I want you to further do your own research on this, because I wanted to mention also that the city of was mentioned, okay, regarding this, the Anunnakis and all of this. The city of U-R, capital U-R. Do you know who was born in the city of Anyone? Let's keep it moving. I don't want this live stream to be extremely long. The city of is where the father of all, the father of Abraham. Abraham was born in the city of Father Abraham was born there. Okay? So all of this is connected to, because you know what I just say, who did the woman at the well say her cousin was? The cousin of the people, the Samaria people. Jacob. Who is Jacob's father? You know, Jacob, he has a twin brother, light skin, maybe white. Jacob's black. Who is Jacob's brother? Esau. Who is Esau and Jacob's father? Abraham. He lived in the city of U-R. Research it. Look it up. The Sumerian woman said that this is her cousin, and we worship at this mountain. Why did they worship at a particular mountain? Because these were the descendants that came out. Look it up. Look it up. So, with that being said, the word Anunnaki is a title. It is not like a person. It is not a name, as in to name an individual, to name a specific entity. It is just a general title, like God, like Lord. Okay, that is what Anunnaki means. So this is just some information I wanted to throw out there for you all to further your research on. If you want to research and find out any more information, this might help you in your journey. Before I get out of here, I want to recap with Billy Carson, giving you the definition of Anunnaki, where that term comes from. The Sumerians. The Sumerians are known in the Bible. The Sumerians are known, and I give you an instance, the woman at the well was Sumerian, okay? She was a Sumerian woman, and she was a Jewish woman. It's not just about the story. It's not just about her 5 husbands. It's about who she was, and he came to see her. Remember, in this day and time, discernment is key. And studying for yourself to show yourself approved is key. So let me cue this up really quick. Get Billy on here.
Because a lot of people get confused about who and what the Anunnaki actually are. They tend to want to give the Anunnaki a specific gender or race in a lot of cases, but it's not. Anunnaki, it's a term, it's not a name. The term Anunnaki is actually a generalized term to describe beings that are not from Earth. Right? So if you and I travel to another solar system, or maybe even to Mars, we met Martians, and they say, "Hey guys, where are you from?" We're not going to say Miami, right? My name is Billy Carson, and I'm a male from Miami, Florida. They're going to be like, "Who?" We're just going to say Earthlings. And so the term Anunnaki, the way it was defined by the Sumerians, is that it's a generalized term of those who came from heaven to earth. And that term has made it into many other texts in various alterations. Even in the Bible, it says they call them the Anak, the A-N-A-K. And they're calling these people megalithic giants. They say that these people are so big that we were grasshoppers in their eyesight. That's in the Bible. In ancient Egypt, they called them Ninitiru. They say that the gods who came from heaven to earth, same exact terminology, and turned mud into a kingdom. Now, when you look deeper into where these people came from, you start to go through a lot of various different texts, and you begin to realize it's not just one group of people that came from one planet. It appears to be a group of people that came from multiple planets, even multiple solar systems, according to the ancient text, not according to Billy Carson.
Okay, so with that being said, in the beginning, I told you guys about the vision that I had. As I wrap up and with this Revelations Anunnaki Exposed, I'm going to continue to draw it. In the beginning of this broadcast, I told you guys that about the vision that I had regarding those angels that were walking beside me, how tall they were, how huge they were. I mentioned that because, and then I gave you that is in the chat, Revelations 27:17, where you can go and you can actually find out for yourself the height of actual angels, because it's mentioned in Revelations how there are 144 cubits high. That is 216 feet high, tall. Okay, angels are massive beings. Okay, and I mentioned that because I wanted you to understand that when the Sumerians said that they termed Anunnaki as beings, the gods that came from heaven down here, and in the Bible, the Anak was mentioned. That's just a general title. Anunnaki is a general title for beings that have come from heaven. And then you can have different breakdowns of that title, just like you have different breakdowns of God. Okay? It is a title. You have different breakdowns of Lord. It is a title. So Anunnaki means gods that came from the heavens. Okay? Anunnaki is general. That's just a general white blanketed statement. Now, if you go into the Bible, like Billy Carson was saying, that they mentioned the Anak. The Anak, I know, I got to get some gas. I done set my behind up there. I got to go back. I got to go back. But what was I saying? Okay, so hold on, guys, because I'm going to have to wind up going back anyway. So titles, labels. The Anunnaki, that's a title, my friends. And the Sumerians gave that title to the gods that came down from heaven. And from that, in your text, in your biblical text, I also put in there the references to giants in Numbers 13:33, when they went into the land that they were told, the promised land. They came back with the report. We can't go into this land because it is filled with giants. The Anak is mentioned in Numbers, okay? 13, I believe that's 33. It's in the chat. The Anak, we can't go. It's mentioned in your biblical text. They are referencing these giants. They came down, we know them as the fallen, okay? And they were in the land of the promise. And they didn't want to go because they said, we are like grasshoppers in their sights. That is in Numbers 13:33. You can go see that. So the Anunnaki are beings that are heavenly beings. Heavenly angels are huge. And this is why when the fallen came down, angels have the power to shape shift. Angels have the power to shape shift. The fallen had the same powers to shape shift and lie with woman. Their offspring became giants. And they were in that land of the promise. And you can find that information out in Enoch. You can find that out in Numbers 13:33. The Anak, okay? Those are the fallen angels, the ones that came down and slept with women of the land, okay, and birth monsters, these beings, these giants, okay, that start taking over. And then, so when somebody says, just to close out, Anunnaki exposed, Anunnaki can mean angel. Anunnaki is a general term that has come from the Samaritans, and the Samaritans who have ancestry linked to Israel. The cousin, like, you go back, if you're just coming in late, go back and listen. The woman at the well, their cousin was Jacob. Jacob has a brother named Esau. The woman, the Samaritans, are related to Israel. Okay? Study for yourself to show yourself approved. And I'm just going to leave it at that. And I'm out. And I hope this was informative. Revelations, Anunnaki exposed. And much love.